Okay, NFL Week 11, we're going to talk Browns Saints, but first we're going to talk a promo at WagerTalk. For the rest of the weekend, you can get $50 off of any college football or NFL full season, rest of season package using coupon code FBALL50. You can also get $50 off any 30-day college basketball or NBA package. I'm off to a nice start in college basketball, 8-6 plus 5.12 units so far this year. Go back last 2 years, up over 50 units of profit in college hoops. And you can get my next month using that coupon code BBALL30 for $50 off. All right, we're talking Browns Saints. The NFL video plays here have just, I'll just say it, they've been better than my NFL client plays this year. I've won in every other sport, MLB, WNBA, KBO. I gave out a bunch of free winners in minor league baseball, had a really good baseball season. We're grinding it out in college football right now, right around even, but NFL, I just can't seem to get going in the right direction. So hopefully that starts here because the video plays have done okay. I believe last week we had the Chargers and the Giants and those split. But this is going to be a 4% client play for me. So just usually that's a good thing when I'm coming on here and giving out one of those client plays, but they just haven't gone as good as I would have liked this year. But again, a lot of season left. I've tweaked some things, and I'm going to target a team that I think I've had a pretty good read on in these videos. We've done a bunch of videos on the Browns, and I think I've had a pretty good read on this team. So the play here is Browns minus 110 or pick 4% play. And so it's a two-part sort of handicap here for me. First, I think the Saints are in trouble. They played their tails off for Darren Rizzi last week, got him a win, despite everything they were up against, fired Dennis Allen, overcame some injuries and won his debut. It's something we've seen happen before with, a coach gets fired and a team just sort of like shows up with the best effort that they've given all year. It's kind of a tale as old as time, but that tends to wear off at some point. And I'd be really surprised if reality doesn't set in here a little bit for the Saints. The reality being Chris Olave is out. Rashid Shaheed is out. Offensive line is banged up. Has kind of been all season. And that's where it's like, I think we're getting to the point where the Saints overcoming that against the spread consistently it's likely not to happen. Now, for the Browns, this Browns team is not a top 5 defense like they were last year, but they're certainly good enough defensively. There's still, redeeming qualities on this Browns defense, namely Myles Garrett, still one of the best in the league at his position. They still have a good pass rush. Garrett has a big reason to thank for that. And the defense is, in my opinion, still solid. So I still think the Browns can give trouble to this Saints offensive line and their ability to run the football or get Alvin Kamara going. But also with Derek Carr back there, a guy that has never moved laterally particularly well and has never really just thrived, under a ton of pressure. In fact, I've been watching Carr for years. I've always been a Derek Carr fan. I know there's a lot of Derek Carr haters out there. I've always been pro Derek Carr, but the one thing that I'll give to people that say he's not a good quarterback, which I think is false, is he will make mistakes if he's pressured, and they can be game-changing mistakes, and I wouldn't be that surprised to see one or two of those here. Now, in addition to kind of having reasons to want to play against the Saints, I think this is an excellent spot for the Browns. We found a really good spot to make a client play on the Browns 3 weeks ago when they knocked off the Ravens with an outright win. And then, we found a good spot to go against them 2 weeks ago when they played the Chargers, and it was just clear that it was going to be a far tougher matchup for Jameis Winston and that Browns offense, and sure enough, it was. The biggest single thing plaguing the Browns this year, other than Deshaun Watson and other than the quarterback play, has been health, has been overall health of the team. They just have not been healthy all year. Go back to week 1 when they ended up having multiple offensive linemen ruled out against the Cowboys. This team has not been able to get healthy all season. They just had their bye week. This is the healthiest the Browns have been yet this year. And, Jameis Winston had a really bad game against the Chargers. We were all over that. We thought that might be the case. But he can be pretty good against a bad defense. And you go back to the Ravens, who I still think have a bad defense. Jameis Winston was very good in that game. And, I think that's where you got to kind of, how you kind of have to evaluate Jameis Winston. He's a veteran. He's going to be prepared. But, the Chargers have an elite defense right now. And Winston's probably not going to be able to thrive against a team that, brings great pressure in the pass rush, that isn't going to let the Browns get much going in the run game. And I don't think the Saints are that at all. I think I think the Browns probably get some help from their run game here. I think this is actually probably the most Winston will be helped out from the run in any of his starts so far. And, you give him extra time to prepare, and the healthiest team that the Browns have had all season. I'd be kind of surprised that the Browns don't win this game. So I took Browns pick. I think this is a great spot for the Browns and a bad spot for the Saints. So this is a client play for me. Browns pick or Browns minus 110 is a 4% play. And for more free plays, head on over to the WagerTalk YouTube channel, like and subscribe so we can continue to bring you these free picks all season. And then, of course, you can follow me on all platforms at Adam Trigger WT, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, doing different things across all three. So give me a follow, and hope everyone has a great week. And let's cash those tickets and let's get NFL moving in the right direction. We'll see you guys next time.